why don't you blame the fucking women? Like that are consistently dating Leonardo DiCaprio, knowing fully well he's going to break up with you at 25. Why is that? Because they want to date an older man. That is the problem. Like they are choosing to date men of high status, and it's just so crazy to me. Like when men do it, it's creepy, and when women do the exact same thing, it's a preference.
Agreed. I got another crazy one for you. So I got a lot of female friends, and they always tell me these dating stories. And so one thing that's so shocking to me is they're telling me, hey, a lot of these guys on the first date, second date are offering, like they will offer, the females, the bill will come, they go out to dinner, and my girlfriends will literally offer to split the bill just as a nice gesture. And half of these dudes are like okay with it or letting them pick up the bill.
Yeah.
As a man, I can never be okay on the first date, even the fifth date, letting a woman pick up the bill. To me, it's embarrassing.
Of course. So the thing
why is that? I was shocking.
So one of the things is why my course exists is because there's certain things that men are supposed to get. And back in when we had more of a, when you consider like say even the 1950s or go back to the 1850s, the United States lived much closer to a tribal environment. And what I mean by that is like men grew up and learned to hunt and fish, and they would beat each other up, and there was like some rough housing that would go on, very similar to like a Native American tribal environment, or at least more similar to an ancestral environment where men had a quote unquote rite of passage that they had to go through. We do this in the U.S. military, sort of a rite of passage. Then you get a badge, or you get your rank increases, etc. Because we don't do that as much now, the boys don't get it anymore, and there's no one to teach it to them. So that's why my course exists. In my course, I would tell you, of course, like if she says we're going to split the bill, it's a trap, all right? Or if she says that we're going to split the bill, you can let her pay for the whole thing because she's letting you know she has no intention of ever having sex with you. No one, like I've never had a woman who wanted to have sex with me ask to split the bill. That just doesn't happen. Or she would ask.
That is true.
Or she would ask to split the bill, but then I would pay for it. That's the difference. So the thing these guys don't understand is that, like, yes, she's putting that out there. Now, from a man standpoint who doesn't get it, that seems very duplicitous. A woman has basically entrapped you. That's illegal. Like she's entrapping you to make you think that. But yes, as a man, we should just know better. Initially, that is our point. I don't pay for dinner to show I have money. You know why I pay for dinner? I pay for dinner because if I don't, it's awkward.
Yeah.
And you want to use money to create a reality for you, and you never want to let things get awkward. There's been several times.
But even if I'm out with my guy friends, like if you and I went out to lunch, like I wouldn't split the bill.
Yeah.
Like, I'm picking it up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? In my situation, I've had this happen before where there was a bunch of us that were all eating, we're trying to split the check, and I saw things getting awkward, so I just paid for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to, in fact, like, and I didn't let anyone see me do it, Rich. I got up, found the waitress, gave her my card, and just take care of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then got back, and I acted like it was, I didn't even act like I paid the bill, guys. I act like it was just taken care of. Now, obviously, I paid the bill, but you could interpret that as the manager just gave us our food for free, which used to happen at SDK when I would bring like 14 girls there. We would do something like that would happen. But the point of money, and a lot of guys, because I know you have a lot of people, very concerned with money in your podcast, that watch your podcast. One of the things is, as a man, your money should either be making your life easier or creating money for you, right? You should not be spending money on bullshit that does not help you, number one. And number two, when it comes to dating, you don't want to buy, you're not buying affection from women. You're creating a reality that funnels the type of woman you want into your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So having a nice house in a nice location where you have parties where lots of girls come over, you're funneling a possible girl you may want to date into your life. You use money to chisel out a reality where your dream girl feels comfortable being around you. That's what money's for. You're not buying her affection. Like, again, on a first date, you give a girl a necklace. That's buying her affection.
Yeah.
Horrible simp game.
Yeah, agreed.
Nothing but that's totally terrible. You're supplicating. But what you do instead is you create a reality. So for me, it's like I go to Mastro's all the time. I love going to Mastro's. I go to Mastro's. The chef comes out. He knows me. They hardly charge me for shit. And whenever I go there, because I'm always bringing influencers to the place, they're very fucking nice to me. Because they're nice to me, I go out there and the girl just sees, while everyone knows who this guy is, now her anxiety drops down to zero when she's with me. There's attraction triggers and comfort triggers, and she feels much. The girl would never dream of asking me, look, I'm going to split the bill. That would never happen. So that's one of the situations, because I put out that vibe of very, early on, like what's going to happen. And if it's not going to work, it's like what you said before. Hey, I don't think we should go to the game together. Instead, I'm going to call you an Uber and you should go in this direction. I'm so quick to do that, but I just put them in the friend zone and I don't treat them any differently.